took us about 2 hours to get to the system. When we got there, I had Mr. Worf scan the system for any Klingon ships. He did a quick scan and said that there were none. I said they're out there. Open the channel. He said that the channels were open. Klingon vessel, we know what you are doing, and we will destroy any probe launched toward the Verdian star. We demand that you return our chief engineer and leave the system at once. I told Worf to repeat that message every 3 minutes. After 30 minutes, there was no response. Commander Riker was wondering if they're even out there. I said they're just wondering if a 50-year-old bird of prey is a match for the Federation flagship. Counselor Choi said that perhaps they're on the surface. I walked past Mr. Worf and he got my attention. Captain, I've been running some numbers. A probe launch from the surface or from a ship would take exactly 11 seconds to reach the sun. However, since we do not have an exact point of origin, he paused and said it would take between 8 and 15 seconds for our weapons to lock onto it. I said that was a pretty big margin of error. Captain Picard said it was much too big. He said that we needed to get to Soren. Worf's console beat, and he said that a Klingon bird of prey was decloaking directly ahead. I looked at the view screen as the missile appeared. And then Mr. Worf said that we were being hailed. I stood up from the command chair and said, on screen. The image changed to show 2 Klingon females that I knew all too well. I looked at Captain Picard and said, Captain, what an unexpected pleasure. And Commander Dibble, how good to see you again. I said it's Captain now. This was the Duras sisters, and we have come across them a couple times. I looked at one of them and said, Lursa, it's imperative that I speak with Soren. He said that the doctor is no longer on the ship. Then I will beam to the surface so I can talk to him. Then the other sister, B'Etor, said that the doctor values his privacy. He would not be happy if an armed away team disrupted him. So I said, then I will beam to your ship and you can beam me to his location. At this point, Commander Riker stepped forward and said, can't trust them. For all we know they killed Geordi, they might kill you too. They seemed to take offense by that statement. We have not harmed your engineer. I happened to look at Data and saw him give a huge sigh of relief. He has been our guest. Then Commander Riker ordered them to return him. And B'Etor scoffed and said, in exchange for what? Data turned around and said, me, sir. I was about to say me when Captain Picard came forward and said, me. I will be your prisoner. But first you must transport me to the surface so that I can speak with Soren. The sisters talked among themselves. They turned back to the view screen and said, we will consider it a prisoner exchange. Captain Picard said agreed. Then the channel was closed. Captain Picard patted Data's arm. He turned to me and said that I have to bridge. As he turned to leave, I said that I was going with him. He said that I needed to be on the bridge. I can't be in 2 places at once. I said, I think it's time for me to reveal a secret that I've kept since I was a boy. I took a stance and said, I'm going ghost! At that, 2 white circles appeared at my waist and split into 2, going up to my head and the other to my feet. Once the circles were gone, my entire uniform changed. I had on a solid black costume with white gloves and white boots. My hair went from a dark red to snow white. My eyes changed from a blue color to glowing green. Then I split my body into 2, so that there was 2 of me. Then I changed back. I said that I've been keeping this part of a secret since I was 10. One of my powers is the ability to split my body into multiple persons, so I can be in 2 places at once. Captain Picard looked at me and simply nodded his head, and we headed for the servlift. Have Dr. Crusher meet us in transporter room 3. We got to the transporter room just as the medical team arrived. Captain Picard and myself stepped onto the transporter pad, and the transporter chief said that he had received the coordinates. I said, energize, and the Enterprise's transporter room faded away.